How is everybody doing? We are going in with a rather quick video today. I am actually going in and updating the base game hospital. About a year or two ago, when we got the Panda Realistic Birthing mod, we did a build of the hospital. The hospital still works for when you need to work in the hospital, when you need to have a baby, if you get to work DLC. But I updated this hospital specifically with the Panda Realistic Birthing mod, so it looks like a legit hospital, and we added some things that come with the update, which I did talk about in the previous video that we did on the update of this mod. We went through those things, but I wanted to go in and make a proper new addition. So we extended the birthing room, so you'll be able to kind of walk out your pregnancy, go through your pregnancy with you and your partner, and you can also birth in the same room. Everything is upstairs, so that way you don't have to go downstairs when you're already upstairs. And that's one of the things that I wanted to add on to this hospital, because it just made more sense. When you go into work at this hospital, what it'll do is you'll have downstairs where the general public will come, like the emergency room and the surgery room, and all the things that you'll have to work with. So the birthing section is upstairs, and then the general hospital is downstairs, and we also added a Lamaze room that you can go to. Now, of course, like I said, we did walk through this when we went through the updates of the Panda Sama, but I really wanted to show how we changed around some things, and I kind of looked at this as hospitals update all the time. At least where I live, it seems like our hospital is constantly getting remodeled, and when I say remodeled, I mean rooms knocked down, sides of buildings knocked down, and new things coming in. So I felt like, well, this is typical. This happens all the time where I live. So I was excited to update this hospital because it just gives that realism, especially when you have the realistic birthing mod. And that's why I love and adore being able to build and redo the builds that they do that are these hole in the walls. Well, I wouldn't really say hole in a wall. It's more of like those hidden gems, and it's what they made, and no one really realized that you could update them. So we're going to go in and we're going to start updating, and we're going to talk about kind of how everything is played out and the things that you have to do. So remember that to get this build, you have to put in the code bb.enableFreeBuild. If you have the Ravisheen bus stop, you don't have to come in with your sim when they're working or in labor. Just grab that Ravisheen bus stop, put it on your land, and then go to the Get to Work DLC. You have to have Get to Work. And then click on that, and then you can travel to the hospital anytime. You don't have to be in labor or be in work. So what we did here, like I said, I wanted this room to be accessible easily. And I wanted to have a bigger birthing room because I do leave the water birthing here because I keep having issues in having a home water birth. Every time I either literally the baby gets lost, or the midwife doesn't show up, or it's just been chaotic every time I try to have a water birth at home. So that's why I actually made this accessible to where you can have a water birth in the hospital. And I have had a water birth in the hospital. You can travel and you can choose to do that. So every birthing possibility has been played in this hospital, and it is doable. So when you come into the hospital, if you've never used the realistic birthing mod, this bed you can do your breathing exercises in, you can get blood drawn, you can get assistance from your partner if they come with you. We put the birthing ball in there, so you could literally do all of your birthing process in this one room. And then we did put the surgery bed over there because in the realistic birthing mod, you have to switch the surgery bed to the C-section bed or the natural birthing bed. So it's already bing bam there. And then when you have your baby, you're already upstairs in the same room where you gave birth. If you have twins that need to be in the NICU, this happened during our last playthrough when we did this. The twin baby actually gets sent to the nursery that we have across the hall. And then the baby that is in the NICU, it automatically gets put into a NICU bed. So when we get to the NICU room, you'll kind of see what I was talking about, where it looks like a NICU, but there is a space available for your baby if it needs to be in there. This is the Lamaze class, and it's really pretty simple. You just need to have the Lamaze table, and then when you go in and want to have a Lamaze class, you have to hire someone, and then you literally just sit down. Last time I played the Lamaze class, there were actually other people that showed up too, so it was like a full-blown class. My partner and I were there, and then other people were there with their partners or individually, so it's a big enough room to where there's enough people that comes in. You just need the table, and then we put the chairs, so no one should be sitting on the floor. There's more than enough space for everyone to come and sit down. But yeah, upstairs is literally pretty much the birthing room. Especially when you have loved ones here, and if they need to eat, the food court is up there. The doctor's office is up there. Even though they just go wherever you want. But I did have a fun situation where I went to go ask the doctor to birth me, and they were in their office, so it looked like you were having a full-on conversation with your doctor. So it has added a lot of fun to the roleplay aspect, especially if you're someone that likes to have kids in The Sims, and being able to have like a full functioning and nice hospital that actually gives a little bit more realism, that looks and feels like a real hospital. I think that's really nice. So like I said, if you want to download this, of course you have to be leery of what DLCs I'm using if you don't have them, but as long as you have the Panda Sama Realistic Birthing mod, it will be 100% everything that you have in that mod, as long as it's the updated one. But other than that, you make sure you have Get to Work, and make sure when you look for it, you hit that check mark for custom content, because the Realistic Birthing mod is custom content mod. So what I'm doing with the NICU, the reason why I only put 3 beds in is because when you have your NICU baby, it doesn't auto put the baby in these NICU beds. I don't know if that was just like the last one without the update, but I left one spot open because I thought my baby was going to auto be sent to NICU, but it didn't. It actually put it in one of the NICU beds next to you, like normally it would have if you had a baby and it would be in a bassinet. So I left a space open for you to go and move the baby upstairs, which of course to do that you have to be in the bb.free build mode, because without that you can't move the baby up there. So I thought that was kind of strange that it didn't just auto put it in the bed, because you can't pick it up and move it. So wherever you're birthing, your baby would automatically stay in the, technically, if it was still in the surgery room, it would be in the surgery room where you would normally go, or it would stay here. So I'm like, okay, wasn't expecting that. That's why I put out the NICU beds the first time, because I thought it was going to auto, like, put the baby up there. But it has since updated, because I know she did add a nursing rabbit hole schooling. Yeah, she put nursing school in here, and it's a rabbit hole. So maybe she updated that, possibly. That would be nice, especially having a full NICU already there, and it would just auto transport the baby up there. I think that would be actually 10 times more helpful. But I went ahead and, like I said, got the bigger NICU. It's pretty much just for decor at this point. But then when you have your baby, bring your bed up here, and then just grab the chair, and then you should be good to go. And then I just wanted this to be not as gloomy, because I've never really been in a NICU, but my brain went to, okay, if you're in here, you know, you want to be able to look at your baby maybe from the window, and you want maybe some natural light coming in case there's jaundice situation. And I did put it next to the nursery, so I felt like that was the best spot compared to where it was in the first situation when we put it across the hall, and it was 10 times smaller, and it just wasn't working. And then we of course have our checkup where we can get our pap smear. I put that room didn't get touched. It's big enough. It's got both the beds. It works. And where you can get your ultrasound at. So I didn't touch that room, and then there's an extra bathroom up there. I didn't really touch anything else. It was all just that main focus. Now, I can't imagine there could be anything else added that I need to add to this room. But who knows? We'll kind of see what comes with Panda Sama. Let me know down in the comments, how are you liking the Panda Sama birthing mod? Have you been using it since day one? What are some things that you think is still missing from this mod that you would like to see? Off the top of my head, I kind of feel like, I know this is a birthing mod, but I feel like just hospital in general, maybe we can have some men have their own type of checkups, like colonoscopies and, you know, things that men have to get done. But again, this is a birthing mod, and they don't really need to birth anything. So that was just my thought when I'm sitting here with the hospital. I'm like, this hospital is pretty much mainly for women, besides your general anesthesia that you might need. But it would be nice to actually see maybe getting some men's health care in there. I think that would be really nice to just add to that balance. You know what I mean? But we're going to be coming up on some snapshots here. I'm just showcasing what rooms we did do. So don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, hit that little bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. And be sure to check out some of our lives so you can connect with me and get to know the community a little bit more. And don't forget, if you ever want to become a member, just click on that join, and for as low as $2.99 you can come join the community and get some awesome perks. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are, and this is Luna Galaxy out.